History will keep you entertained.
So I can juggle. Here's something sharp. You can
We're
put
not gonna
hot
try
sauce
to-
in your eye.
Oh, that'll make the show tonight really fun.
Yeah.
Hi, we are here with some people in Once the Musical on tour. And can you introduce yourself and the character you play?
My name is Mackenzie Lesser-Roy, and I play Girl.
I'm Dan Tracy, and I play Eamon.
I'm Angel Lynn. I play the MC, and I also understudy Girl.
And I'm Patricia Bartlett, and I play Barushka, Girl's mother.
I'm Barry DeBois. I understudy Guy and MC. MC, obviously.
Because we're clearly the same type.
And I'm also the music captain.
What is touring life like, and your favorite part about touring life?
My personal favorite part is the fact that I get to explore my own country. That I think I'm probably not alone in the fact that as an American I have seen such a little slice of America, and it's really cool to see all these cities that I maybe might not go to otherwise, or like I wouldn't find myself, in a state, I don't know. We're in Kansas right now. I think I've only been to Kansas one other time.
Kentucky.
I'm so sorry.
No, we're not in Kansas anymore.
We're in Kentucky right now, and I've only been to Kentucky one other time.
There we go. Something I really love about, something I really love about touring is how much I learn about the show just from going to different cities and different states and being in different theaters. You really have to adapt the show to whatever place you're in, and you learn so much about your character and the way the show works and the way it doesn't work. You learn a lot.
Yeah.
Food. Eating food across the country.
We've
is
had
fun.
some incredible food. Yeah.
And I think when you tour with people, you bond with them in a very special way.
Mhm.
And I really enjoyed this cast. There's a cast of amazing people. Amazing, good-hearted people and incredibly talented people.
Yeah, and the food's good too.
Oh, no, I was going to say along the lines, I just like meeting people in general, like along the lines of like getting to travel the country and be in so many places that you never think you would be. You get to meet people of all these different backgrounds, and it's so interesting talking to them and figuring out like what things we have in common, and like just meeting new people and making new friends across the country.
Do you have any pre-show and like after-show rituals that you do?
In cast, we do a cast warm-up led by our dance captain once a day for a show, and then we also have when we get to each city, then we have a full sound check, pretty extensive sound check there because there's so many microphones on stage. Everyone has 2 headset mics on, and they play a million instruments. So pretty extensive sound check in each city, and then what do you guys do? Lip trills? Oh,
Yeah, honestly, before each show, I don't do anything specific. I just relax. I'm usually on my phone right up until I, get ready for places. It's really just kind of relaxing, centering myself, and getting ready to go on this 2.5-hour adventure.
I think for me, and I guess for some other people in the cast, because we have in Once the Musical, we have a pre-show built into the actual show where part of the cast comes out and we sing Irish and Czech songs. For me, that's basically our pre-show ritual. It's just that we just get to jam on stage and sing a couple songs before we actually start telling this 2-hour-long story.
The pre-show's a secret. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Dan usually houses a couple of cans of sardines. That's how you get biceps like that.
Just eat
Lots of sardines.
and beans.
Yeah,
And chili. Can't
What do you
chili.
have, Patricia? What do you do?
I have the most difficult prep of anyone in the show because I wear more makeup and I have chronically straight hair and I need to curl my hair and tease it to death. So I have a lot of prep work to do, but I try to sing a couple of scales. That's usually about it.
Do you have a favorite venue that you've been to yet?
I actually really like this one.
This is
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
It's the Lexington Opera House in Lexington, Kentucky. Gorgeous, 120 some years. I mean, it's gorgeous.
It's a really intimate theater, and that's
perfect for our show.
Yeah, our show. It's really exciting being in these huge places with thousands and thousands of people. But our show was really made to be with a really intimate audience where you can kind of hear everything in the audience, and they can hear everything and they can see everything on stage. So this is a really nice venue for us.
And from a music standpoint, we like our show very much to be or at least feel acoustic. And all the instruments on stage are acoustic instruments. So except for the electric bass. So when we're in a smaller house, we're able to keep the levels at a place where it feels extremely acoustic, and we can rely more on just the sound that's coming from the stage. And so from a sound perspective, we love spaces like this.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So you mentioned the food and how amazing it was. Do you have a favorite?
Where was the
barbecue?
smokehouse? Yeah.
We were in Charlotte.
Was it Albuquerque?
Okay. We've had a lot of fantastic barbecue. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we went to this great barbecue place, and the same with Albuquerque. We've been to. Have you ever heard of Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives?
Mm-hmm.
We've been to a lot of places that he's been to. Actually,
the
most
one
of them barbecue. That's been really good.
My understudy, Lynn, is like the food guru, and she found this place in Albuquerque where it's like abuela in the kitchen, and it was the most authentic Mexican. It was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Cheap and phenomenal.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about having a different crowd each performance? Not only with, every performance being someone different, but also just being in a different state every couple performances.
I think it definitely keeps the show fresh, because I think with any show that you do, doing it as much this show is absolutely amazing, and I love doing it, but then sometimes obviously if you start doing the same thing over and over again, you can kind of sometimes get in a rut, and there are admittedly some days where you kind of don't want to do a show, and being able to go to all these different places and being refreshed every time and having a new audience is a really good thing to help keep the show fresh and keep everything new and exciting.
I think especially in this show, because the show was originally designed and directed to kind of sort of include the audience.
Yeah.
There's sort of a fourth wall and sort of not, and especially with the secret pre-show that no one knows about.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't
Please
tell
don't.
anyone.
Just tell people to show up early.
Yeah. We're literally this close to audience members at times, jamming out. It's not that we hang out and chat or anything like that, but I think we get closer to a lot of people's energies than I think maybe some shows would. That's a more standard, just proscenium, and we're here and they're there kind of thing.
It also really keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
I know, we're up to 90 performances of this or something like that now, but at performance number 70, there might have been a laugh at a place that you would have never thought there to be a laugh, or there might be, something funny might be taken very seriously, and so you're constantly.
More often vice versa, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but you're constantly staying on your toes, and it forces you to really tell the truth, honestly, in everything that you do while you're on stage.
Every audience is different. It's like a different living, breathing organism,
Sure.
and you have to respond in kind.
Since you're going everywhere around the country, how do you stay fit and healthy?
Sardines.
Sardines.
Yeah, sardines, man.
Canned sardines.
That's actually a great question. I found it pretty difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough, A, eating healthy, and B, eating on a budget at the same time. A lot of canned foods. There's a couple of communal can openers that get passed around every single show. It's hey man, can I borrow your can opener? There's probably at least 4 open cans of tuna fish at any given performance.
A lot of bags of granola.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many days I've just eaten granola because there was just nothing else.
And whenever we find a city that has a Trader Joe's, everyone is yeah! They all go.
We all rave.
Very
Yeah.
first thing we do after we open our bags is go and do a Trader Joe's run.
Yeah.
But it's important. I mean, I think there might be some shows that are maybe more physically demanding than this one, some dance shows. I wouldn't call this a dance-heavy show, but it's still important no matter what show you're in to stay in good condition and not be dragging, especially on matinees and stuff like that.
Yeah, and because it's not a dance-heavy show, it might be easy to forget that there are still some very physical parts to it, because in this show we're dancing with holding instruments. Jen, the girl who plays the bank managers, is dancing around with a vest with a cello strapped to her. So that's one of the reasons that our warm-ups are very physical warm-ups, and we're required to keep ourselves in good condition.
Have you done anything fun in a certain state, or like gone anywhere fun?
What was the last fun thing?
As a group, I mean, we did a week in LA, and then we had a week off. So then a lot of us stayed in the LA area. So I did up LA pretty good, and San Diego,
Yeah.
and Palm Desert. So yeah. But as a group, did we do any group?
But as a group, like, sometimes there are very lively places with a lot of like restaurants to go to or whatever. But then other times, like, we hang out, we have like room parties, or
Like
we
last
Birthday
night,
parties.
like last night,
Birthday
birthday parties, and
parties,
like
yeah.
for example, last night was Passover, and two of our cast members, Luke and Isaac, decided to hold a little like Passover in the
Seder.
hotel,
Yeah.
Seder
Yeah.
in the hotel for us.
So in the hotel lobby, we were all, the boys put napkins on their heads, like fake yarmulkes, and we all just kind of like,
in this
together.
respectful way as you possibly can.
Yes.
Right.
But it was really
great.
amazing. Yeah.
And like this
To share
other
that.
time, we also did an Applebee's prom dinner.
Oh yeah.
And that's like one of my favorite memories. Like, we all got dressed up and we went to an Applebee's and we pretended it was prom because we were in the middle of nowhere, and why not? And so we do things like that a lot.
Sometimes we'll have hotel parties and DJ Barry shows up and mixes some old school with some new school.
Oh, some real
Barry
old school.
is also the video meister of life. I mean, he makes these incredible videos and mashups.
I'm a video editor and have a production company on my own, so I like to make goofy videos with the group, and that keeps us all sort of sane when we're riding on buses.
Yeah, for hours.
So sort of moving away from the show, these are some fun questions. What are some Broadway stars that you guys look up to when you were a kid or now?
Normally butts.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's all.
For me, forever and always, Sutton Foster. Yeah, she's been a huge idol of mine for a long time.
For me, I go farther back than anyone. I'm the oldest one in the cast. And I remember the days of Mary Martin. And one of the theaters we were at was the Schubert Theater in New Haven. And for some reason, I got dressing room number 1. And I couldn't help but think, when a lot of the classic Broadway shows would try out at the Schubert Theater in New Haven before it came to Broadway. And I was wondering, whose dressing room was I in? Was it Mary Martin's? Did Marlon Brando have one? Or Jessica Tandy when Streetcar was going? So those are my idols.
For me, I definitely Leo Salonga was someone growing up. Just from being Asian and like seeing her do stuff on Broadway, like gave at least me hope that I could do something like that on Broadway. And to be honest, it's hard to pinpoint an idol, because when you have the opportunity to work with so many amazingly talented people, just everyone else around you, like these guys inspire me a lot, and
They're my
makes
idols.
me really it makes me really, really happy. So yeah, I would say that the people that I work with are people that I look up to as well.
I just remembered that Alan Cummings is a big one for me, because in that, like, the Annie remake that nobody watched in
Oh yeah,
1999
the
or whatever.
one with Kathy Bates in it.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
Rooster. Like, him doing that Easy Street was like, I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I still haven't played Rooster, but I want to.
You can.
Thank
can
you.
still do it.
You can definitely
still
still
do
play
it.
Rooster.
In the making.
So just so you know, Broadway. For the next
Are there any Broadway shows that you want to see now this season?
Hamilton.
I want to see Hamilton again.
Yeah, we all want to see Hamilton. Now it will never happen.
And I want to see She Loves Me with Zach and Levi.
So
Wow.
Did you see it?
What else
I
is
did
going on
see
right
it.
now?
What else is there?
I know.
We all
I
hate
saw-
you.
I saw a bunch of shows
I want to
of
see
it.
the John Boyle version of Color Purple.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard that's really good.
Hudson.
I can't wait to see The Crucible. I'm seeing that when I get back. And Waitress as well.
Oh yeah.
They were rehearsing when we were rehearsing.
Yeah, we were rehearsing in the same building, and Sarah Bareilles was like 2 floors below, and I was geeking out for like 3
Oh,
weeks.
waitress?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
I
yeah.
saw her rehearsing in a room, like writing music, and I think I almost fainted.
I'm trying to get tickets to a show called The Lion King. I heard that that's big.
Yeah, it seems like
It's up and
Is
coming,
it-
but I think it's gonna be.
is it based like an animated movie? Is that what it is?
Mhm.
No, it's
I
just
think-
Sondheim, I think.
Is it?
It's his last one.
Oh
Well,
my God.
did you guys ever see Sarah in the elevator?
I didn't. Everyone saw her in the elevator but me.
I was told
I
she was in
didn't
the
see her
elevator
either.
with me, and we got off, and they're like, "Did you guys see Sarah Bareilles?" I was like, "No."
I was in the elevator twice with Jessie Mueller, though, which was pretty cool. That was really cool.
I got to meet her. It wasn't during when we were rehearsing though, but it was I was in another show and we were doing it at ART right after Waitress had just finished up their time at ART in Boston, and after a show she was still hanging out there, and she came to see her show
Ugh.
and we hung out. It was great.
Is there a role that you've done that you would like to reprise one day?
Yeah.
This. I'd like to really though, like one of the hardest things for me with this role was that, you know, I'm playing a mother, but I'm very young. And so I'd love to do this again 7 years from now when I have some more life experience and when I can just approach the character from a different perspective. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
I would love to be Jamie in the Last 5 Years again at some point. I would like to be Brad Majors again at some point. And I would totally love to be Radames and Aida again at some point. That would be fun.
I would like to be Dr. Catherine
Yeah,
Grant
you were too, right? 'Cause I-
in 33 Variations. And in the production I was in, I sang from the Missa Solemnis by Beethoven. So that's just one of the greatest roles for an older woman that exists.
He is Adam Pascal, though. Look at his face.
Look at it.
So anything Adam does.
I wouldn't mind. I played Tony in West Side Story at one point, and although I actually would love to play Riff, because I think Riff is awesome.
See that?
Yeah.
But
You'd be such a good riff.
yeah, and also sorry, George in Sunday in the Park with George. It was a role that I really honestly wasn't that right for, but I did it, and it was like one of the most beautiful musicals ever.
I did Into the Woods when I was in high school, and I was the baker's wife, and I'd love to do it again when I'm older.
Right.
Oh, can I say another one? Nellie Lovett in Sweeney Todd. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Probably my absolute favorite.
Is there a role that you want to play that you haven't?
Yes.
Yes.
Mama Rose. Never played it.
Annie.
What? I'd like to play Natalie in Next to Normal. I want to do that so bad.
Oh, let's do Next to Normal. We're going to do Next to Normal.
We're gonna do
together.
Next to Normal.
I'll be any part.
You could be the dad or the
Thanks.
boyfriend or the doctor.
Why'd you start with the dad?
Well, just
Yeah, no, yeah. I'd love to be the dad. But I think right now I'm a doctor. Someday I'd like to be a dad.
right.
In real life, too.
It's okay. We are all ages here.
Who do you want to be?
You know, I was actually
Save me.
Next to Normal. Let's talk about more about you being the dad in Next to Normal, where like I'm like the younger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You're the brother.
Also Avenue Q I've not done, and I want to be Princeton slash Nick,
Rod.
Rod.
Right.
You could do that.
Piggybacking off of that, I'd love to do Christmas Eve and Avenue Q or King Monster slash Lucy the Slut, and any of the Schuyler sisters in Hamilton.
Yeah.
I don't get that reference. I don't get it yet.
Don't get it.
No.
Haven't seen it.
If you weren't acting, what would you be doing now?
I would be a ballerina
Me too.
dancing at Lincoln Center. I watch like ballerina videos in my spare time. I love it. I wish I could do it. Don't stop it. No, you don't.
I don't.
Yeah, I'd be a ballet dancer.
I went to school for mechanical engineering design, so I would probably be doing either something in that or video editing, making films. I like to do that as well.
I would probably be. I'm a personal trainer. I'd be doing something with fitness, and my friend and I are doing a fitness startup. Hopefully, like an online type business that I'd probably be working on.
I minored in game design and web design and computer science when I was in college. So if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be doing game designs, hopefully working in the video game industry. I'm a huge gamer too, so
And my background is opera, so I would be doing what I do when I don't go on tour, which is teaching, singing, and doing master classes.
Last question. It's kind of a crazy question. If you could eat with any Broadway star, dead or alive, tomorrow, who would it be?
Dead or alive.
Ooh.
I mean, like, if they've, like, already died.
Billy Crystal. He did
Yeah.
500, 700 Sundays.
Yeah.
500?
Yeah.
A large number of Sundays. So I'm going to call him a Broadway star.
This is big.
Robin Williams.
Maybe Bryan Cranston. He did Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
She seems really interesting.
Strong choice.
I just
Very
saw her in
interesting.
Blackbird and she was phenomenal. So, yeah. At this moment in time, Michelle Williams.
Awesome.
It's been a while. Tony Danza.
So thanks for doing this interview. It was fun. Make sure you go see Once on Tour if it comes to your city. Make sure you subscribe to the Broadway vlogs down below. I will get any of y'all's social media that you want me to put in the little description box if you would like. So then you can follow everyone here down below. There'll be links. And yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks a
you
lot.
so much.
This was amazing.
Yeah,
So fun.
thank you. It was fun.
And I love her so.